Hello, this is Pastor Rick. I want to welcome you to the Lectionary Bible study in preparation for our worship this Sunday, the third Sunday of Advent, December the 17th. Our texts are from John 1. We're going again to review how John talks about John the Baptist, Isaiah 61, and 1 Thessalonians chapter 5. Before we dive in, let's say a word of prayer. Good and gracious God, what a wonderful season as we pray once again that you would help us to prepare for your coming, that we understand how you came in the past and how you fulfilled your promises so that we would be encouraged by your promise to come again. Bless us this Sunday. Bless us with these texts. We pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Let's start with John chapter 1. Now, just as a review, if you follow a lectionary Bible study, as we do, as many churches do here in Naples, this is the year of Mark. And so we're going to be reading the Gospel of Mark all the way through for the whole year. And we started last Sunday with the beginning of Mark chapter 1, where we have John the Baptist crying out as one in the wilderness. Okay, but we mentioned in the sermon last week that this lectionary year is going to be sprinkled with dollops of John's Gospel to give a little spice to our readings. And so already here in this third Sunday of Advent, we have our first text from John's Gospel 1. And here we've got John the Baptist giving a positive confession and a negative confession. The negative confession is, no. Don't be confused with who I am. I'm not Elijah. I'm not the prophet. I'm no one special, really. You can see he's painting himself in the role he's playing in very diminutive terms. He says, though, on the positive side, now he flips, I'm not all these things, but on the positive side, I am a voice of one calling in the wilderness, make straight the way of the Lord. So obviously, again, there was confusion of who he was, and he's going to use language to diminish his role. He's going to say, one is coming, and you don't know who he is yet, but I'm not even worthy of untying the latch on his shoes. So he's making sure people understand he has a small role, but then Jesus is going to come after him with the large role. And here, then, he confesses that Jesus is going to come as the light. And this is an interesting metaphor. Jesus is coming as light, and yet here the Levites, the professionals, the scribes, the Pharisees can't recognize him. And we're sort of left with the question, why not? Is it too much darkness amidst all that light? Is it maybe faulty expectations? They have perception problems. That's not answered here in chapter 1. Just claiming that Jesus is coming as the light, and when we receive that light, it becomes the life of all people. Now, take that theme of light, and we go over to our second reading of Isaiah 61. Now, this is somewhat of an surprising reading, I would say, from Isaiah. We don't go to the exact text in 40 where John the Baptist is actually quoting Isaiah. We go to 61, and in 61, it's often called the Galilean Manifesto. It's used by Luke. In Luke chapter 4, Jesus goes into the synagogue and reads this text. And after he reads the text, it's sort of a drop the mic moment. He says, now this text, Isaiah 61, has been fulfilled in your hearing. So just like Matthew 28 is the Great Commission in Matthew's Gospel, Luke 4, referring to Isaiah 61, is the Great Commission text in Luke. And here Jesus says, I'm going to be coming to giving liberation and freedom to the poor and to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. So I think those who put together our readings for this Sunday are trying to say, here is a commentary on what it means that Jesus is coming as light. Okay, that's a metaphor. He's coming as light. To see what? Or to see liberation of the poor, or to see freedom for the captives. We're going to bind up the brokenhearted. This is what it means for Jesus then to come as the light. Now, our third text even goes deeper and gets pragmatic. So each, I believe, is giving a commentary, a deeper commentary, and a deeper commentary on light. John the Baptist, Jesus coming as light, and then Isaiah, this is what light means: liberation, freedom, binding up the brokenhearted. And now in 1 Thessalonians, Paul writes about what it means for us as Christians to live in the light. And he gets very pragmatic. The theme, I think, of 1 Thessalonians is living in the light of the coming Christ, right, of the second coming. And he gets pragmatic. He says you want to be joyful always. You want to pray continually. You want to give thanks in all circumstances. You do not want to quench the Spirit. Do not treat prophecies with contempt. That means often the prophets would come in congregations, and some were just kind of dismissing the prophets. And obviously, Paul says, take them seriously. You're, though, to test everything. That's part of spiritual discernment. You are to hold on to what is good and avoid every kind of evil. So here Paul is getting very specific about how we as Christians are to then live in the light of Christ. So I love the way all these three texts play off of this major theme of light. Again, first of all, John the Baptist declaring that Jesus is going to come. He is not the light, but he's testifying to the one who's coming, who will bring the light. And then we have Isaiah, who talks about what that means as far as liberation and freedom. And then 1 Thessalonians describes the practical life of the Christian living in the light of the coming Christ. I hope going over these texts will help you as you prepare for worship for this third Sunday of Advent. As you know, we will light the pink candle, for this is the Sunday of joy. Thanks for joining us on the Lectionary Bible Study. Bye-bye now.